This is the Reds POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Good evening, Reds fans, and welcome to another edition of the POSTCAST, brought to you by Locked On Reds and the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I am Tim Daniel, lifelong suffering Reds fan, and I want to thank you for spending some time with me as we discuss the Cincinnati Reds 10-3 loss tonight to the St. Louis Cardinals. On tonight's show, that was embarrassing. Luis May and Zach Maxwell pitched the sixth inning in a disaster, and at least Sal Stewart did something. I mean, we're going to talk about that. And we'll get to the rest of it, but whatever.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Gonna be honest. I kind of contemplated canceling this tonight. The game, I got to wake up early in the morning for Red Legs Run. And I just didn't know how many times I could just come in here and say, that was really bad. But you all are my people. I know you guys are feeling the way I'm feeling, so I said, let's just all let it out. Tonight was an absolute nightmare. The Cincinnati Reds scored 3 runs in the first inning of the game, as the road team, mind you. And you thought, okay, this is going to be a great game. It wasn't a great game. It wasn't a great game at all. It was the opposite of a great game. It was probably amongst the worst loss. It was the worst loss of the year. And I get it. Someone's going to be like, that's a little hyperbole, Tim. But no. This was the game that made us all figured out they're actually not good. And I don't think they're average either. I just think they're not good. And you saw it tonight. They put 3 up on the board in the first inning, immediately give 2 back to St. Louis. St. Louis scores another to tie the game up in the 4th. They scored another to tie the game in the 3rd. They scored another to tie the game up in the 5th. And then they just let it all go in the 6th inning, to the point that Freddie Benavidez, mind you, not Terry Francona, due to being ejected, trying to get some energy to his squad, more than likely, and probably just didn't want to be there and watch that. Can you blame him? To Freddie Benavidez was like, I'm going to use these really bad players. If you looked at the Cincinnati Reds bullpen right now and you were like, who's the best right-handed reliever? You could bring up Zach McCambley in an argument and go, I don't think I'm wrong. That's pathetic. This team is pathetic. And look, we can do this whole thing where we can be like, well, they're not healthy. They're not, their bullpen's not healthy, and they're down Elly De La Cruz. They're still getting like 7 to 9 hits a night, right? And just because they're not healthy and Elly De La Cruz isn't healthy, they shouldn't have 3 errors in a game. And 2 of them were in the first inning. Then Brock Burke can't throw to first base. It's like the John Lester syndrome. This is embarrassing. And it's been embarrassing since the end of April. The decision-making, the fact that Nick Call, Brad Meter, and staff still made no effort really to improve the team. And don't come in here and tell me about Eugenio Suarez, because that they had to do that. They absolutely had to. And don't come in here and be like, well, they got JJ Bleday and Nathaniel Lowe, because they didn't sign those guys to be what they've been for this team. And Nathaniel Lowe's 0 for his last 19. JJ Bleday has been great, but would you be shocked if he's here at the trade deadline? If he's not here at the trade deadline? I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be at all. And I certainly wouldn't blame him if he didn't want to be here. That's the other thing, too. How many guys are they walking? I can't believe how many guys they walk. It's a total poop show right now. It's an absolute poop show from the Cincinnati Reds. And I have to say that because this is a family show. But if I could say the real word, you know what the real word would be. There's just so many things that they just can't do right now. And it's so frustrating because, realistically, I talked about this the other night when they lost to the Royals. If you look up and down the lineup, they're hitting. They got guys that were hitting. Blake Dunn's hitting, surprisingly. I talked about Bleday already. Spencer Steers, we know, has been great. I mean, flat out great. 23 straight games now, if I have my numbers right, while getting on base. Sal Stewart had a big night. We're going to talk about Sal Stewart then the show. Novi Marte got a hit tonight, so I'm hoping that can be something they can get going. Tyler Stevenson got a hit tonight. And Evan Arroyo had a really good game. I was really happy with this performance. But the fact that the Reds just can't, they have 2 wins this season in the National League Central. 2 of them. To make matters worse, the New York Knicks are up 2-0 right now in the Spurs, and they swept my team out of the playoffs, and they're probably going to win the title. So sports is just not kind to me, is what I'm getting to, Reds fans. But you guys don't really care about that. So let's just, whatever.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
The Reds gave up 6 runs in the 6th inning. That's where the game was lost. That was the turning point. You're going to make the case when they're down 4-3. They could still make a run at this. They could still find a way to win this game. They're getting hits. They still can't hit with runners in scoring position ever, but whatever, you could have won that game. If you just kept your foot on the gas, maybe you do win that game. Just because you scored 3 runs in the first inning when you're the road team? No, that does not mean that you have this under control. No faith. No faith in this team right now, absolutely. Especially when Brady Singer only can go 4 innings because he has 3 walks and because of 4 hits. And Brock Burke goes out there and besides that ridiculous throw and a walk, does his job. Then they bring in Zach Maxwell, who goes a third of an inning, gives up 4 earned runs, throws 29 pitches. And then they bring in Luis May, who goes a third of an inning. Mind you, we're in the same inning here. And has 3 walks, gives up 2 earned runs. Those 2 guys combined for 2/3 of an inning pitched, 4 hits, 6 earned runs, 4 walks, and 1 strikeout. I don't know if I've ever seen 2 relief pitchers go back-to-back and be that horrible by each only getting 1 out. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And shout out Zach McCambley, because that dude went out there and threw 2 1/3. It's his second career outing in the bigs. And he was good. If somebody was good today pitching, it was him. That's it. This is just brutal. But, they play in the afternoon tomorrow, so maybe that'll be better. But at least there was Sal Stewart, right? And we're going to talk about a few other guys hitting as well, but we're going to give some love to Sal Stewart right after this. But first, I got to tell you about our friends over at FanDuel. The NBA Finals are here, and the New York Knicks are up 2-0, and every possession matters. If you're looking to get even closer to the action, FanDuel has a great offer to get you started. Right now, new customers can bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. That's right, turn $5 into $150 in bonus bets just for getting started. You can check stats, trends, and matchups before making your picks, which makes the whole experience a lot more informed. Say you're ready to just lock in the New York Knicks to win the NBA title and you have Jalen Brunson's Finals MVP. They got you taken care of. Say you think the San Antonio Spurs are going to go into the Garden and take 2 games and get it back to San Antonio. FanDuel's got you covered there. It's a really easy app to navigate, and it makes playoff basketball more engaging from start to finish. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. FanDuel, play your game. If you want to continue the conversation with me about the Reds after the postcast tonight, and I don't know why you would because this was really bad, you can go check me out on social media at TimDaniel518. I'm in there and I love talking baseball with you, Jeff and Steve as well, where you can check them out Monday through Friday on Locked On Reds. And don't forget about the Everydayer Club for $5 a month or $50 a year. You can access to our ad-free episodes here at Locked On for all of your favorite shows and, of course, our Discord chat as well. Let's talk about Sal Stewart because I got to have some positivity tonight.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
So when all is fails and all is bad, there's at least Sal Stewart who is back on form. So right now, Sal Stewart is second on the books and National League Rookie of the Year to J.J. Weatherholt of the St. Louis Cardinals, who was out for a little bit, if I remember correctly, they said during the broadcast. That is BS, because Sal Stewart really is the National League Rookie of the Year right now. If there's anything good that's going on with this team right now, it's that Sal Stewart has become a really good hitter. He struggled there for a bit. He made adjustments. He's back to being who he is. He's got this Joey Votto mind of the strike zone that is extremely impressive. He is not afraid to use ABS challenges. He doesn't win them all the time, but he won one tonight. I mean, to extend his at-bat, so that was nice. His OPS is at 831. He's on pace for a 2020 season. He's got 12 homers and 10 stolen bases. His last 7 games, 320, 393, 480 slugging, and doesn't have a homer in that time. Just getting extra base hits. That's all you can ask for from this guy right now. Well, everything's going on with this team. They got to have somebody that they can look to, and it's him and Spencer Steer and JJ Bleday. That's their guys right now that they can rely on to give a solid at bat. That's it. And I don't know how much more they can go to that, but it is what it is. A couple more guys I want to talk about. Edwin Arroyo tonight gets on base 3 times, 2 walks. For a guy who's such a free swinger, it was really cool to see him get 2 walks. I know he had an error tonight, but I was happy to see him get an opportunity at shortstop, mainly because Matt McClain didn't play, but also see if he's got it. I'm not super worried about where he's at right now in his development, because I don't think he was necessarily ready to be called to the big leagues. They just didn't have a choice. I mean, he was playing well enough, but I don't think when like Elly gets hurt and he gets called up, it's not the same as like when Elly got called up, right? But I think he's going to be just fine. Duarte Marte is putting together some really good at-bats. I know the results aren't showing just yet, but he's only had 5 plate appearances since he got called back up. I really liked his base hit tonight. Just kind of directed the ball where it needed to go. So I thought that was nice. Suarez had a nice hit tonight too, but did have 2 strikeouts. When is he going to get going? I'm not necessarily at the point where I'm giving up on him, but the Reds need him to get going very soon. Because they're 31-31. Let's put this in context. They finished April 20-11, and they are now 31-31, which means they went on to lose 20 of their next 31. This is brutal, and I don't know if there's any end in sight, but we shall see. Spencer Steer again getting on base, getting one of those runs. That was nice to see. I can't believe the year he's having. I think the Reds, honestly, if they were better, had a case for probably about 4 guys right now you can make to be in the All-Star game. Elly, if he's healthy, we'll see if he's going to be back in time. I know they're saying that he is just like wanting to go immediately, and they have to be like, buddy, slow down. I wouldn't care if he didn't play the rest of the year if they just have a miserable June. Just pack it up, and if there's baseball in 27, have them ready. So Elly, Bleday being National League Player of the Month, Chase Burns, obviously. And Spencer Steer's been great. He's played 1,000 different positions and could be the utility winning Gold Glove guy. So that's about all we have right now. That's what we had to look forward to. But I guess, as I always say, beautiful thing about baseball is you get back up and play tomorrow. But the Reds are losers tonight to the St. Louis Cardinals, 10-3. The Cardinals have 10 runs on 10 hits, no errors. The Reds have 3 runs on 9 hits and 3 errors. Hunter Dobbins is your winner tonight. That's his first one of the year. And Brady Singer is now 2-6 with the loss at a 5.89 ERA. The Reds are back at it tomorrow afternoon at 2:15 Eastern as Nick Lodolo will take the hill for the Reds. He is currently sitting at 2-1 with a 5.20 ERA, but that's what we say. He's been really rounding in the form, and he'll be going against Matthew Liberatore, who is 3-3 with a 4.35. Hey, I just want to make mention of this real quick. I don't know if anyone's going to be there tomorrow morning, but I am doing the Red Legs run. I'll be part of the 5K. Starts at 8 a.m. If you're down there and you see me, please come say hi. I would love to see you guys. I'm going to be very, very tired because I never get up that early. But I'm excited to do it. I've been training, and I'm not a very good runner. I've just always lifted weights my whole life. So you may see your favorite postcast host, Crack Strover, in the concessions area just come make sure I'm okay. That's all I ask for. But everyone, thank you so much for hanging out on a late night of a brutal game. I'm Tim Daniel. Go Red Legs. I'll see you all tomorrow afternoon.